You want to feed them or you want me to?
Go ahead, I'm taping.
Fergus, are you deprived? Huh? Here, you want a cookie? Alright, hey, so today, Mondays with Mike. These guys are mad. They're late getting their breakfast, so I'm going to give them a couple of crackers here. Today, first thing I want to talk about is we started sticking cuttings. Amber and I were just trying to figure out the date, and it had to be at least June 10th or later. Yesterday, so today is what, July 3rd? 2nd? 2nd. July 2nd. So yesterday I started checking some cuttings, and we have a number of different things that are already rooted, which is, you know, that's part of what I'm always telling people. Whoops. Sorry, Allie, I'm busy talking. You're not getting your crackers. Here you go. So, you know, it's a thing that I'm always telling people is that intermittent mist is like magic, or mist is like magic. So anyway, we're going to take a look at that. I want to show you my hillbilly fueling system, because you know what, this will mean something to somebody who might have a tractor. This is a 13-gallon tank that I got from Northern Tool, and basically using a block and tackle, I fill this thing with fuel on the back of my truck, and then I hoist it up the pole and hang it there so it gravity feeds. It's actually it's a whole lot easier than pouring diesel fuel out of a 5-gallon can into the tractor. So this tank came with the, you know, with the delivery nozzle and this valve on here. So anyway, it's kind of a Gilligan's Island type thing, but it works, and you know, I've been using it for 3 or 4 years. So if you have a vehicle or something that you need to fill this way, this is a pretty good option. So I was going to toss that out there. The other thing that we're doing is in my back container area, everything slopes this direction towards this building. So when I water, a lot of water that comes this way, and so after I get done watering, I have water that stands for a little bit. Now, I put in a French drain, which is a 6-inch perforated pipe, and then I covered it with this washed stone. But I still had an area where the water wasn't quite getting to that. So that's what I'm doing today, is I'm correcting that, and I'm going to put this washed stone down, and then I'm going to put the ground cover fabric, not the weed barrier stuff that I tell you constantly that I don't like, but this is nursery fabric made for putting down in a nursery situation to put containers on top of. It's heavier, and somebody asked me recently, said, Mike, if you dislike this stuff so much, why are you using it? Well, one, I'm not covering it with mulch or soil. I'm putting containers on top of it, and it's a much tighter weave so that the plants don't root through it. But it's what all nurseries use to keep weeds down and to keep their containers from rooting into the soil. So there is a difference, but the big difference is I'm not using it, I'm not covering it with mulch thinking that it's going to control weeds. And I know full and well that at some point it will have to be replaced, and since I don't have it covered with anything, lifting it up and replacing it is not going to be a big thing. So anyway, this is my project for this morning, wheelbarrow in this stone to get that area filled, and then we're good to go. So let's go over, and I'm going to show you the cuttings and how well they rooted in probably 2 weeks. Must be, right? 2.5 weeks at the most. So, yeah. All right, let's head over that one. All right, so basically this is Gold Flame Spirea. This is Gold Mound Spirea. And like I said, these things have been in here probably for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. All right, we're gonna get misted here for 10 seconds. So I should be good and wet when this stops. All right, good. So as you can see the roots on this thing. I don't know if that helps or not. Can it
go in a little closer?
Huh? So basically, this is a great sign that you know, these things have rooted that quickly. And what's important now is I've got to figure out when I'm going to stop misting here, because if I over mist them, here's another one, I'm going to knock all the leaves off, because Spirea don't like to be misted. You know, once they're rooted, they prefer to be watered on a more traditional basis. So But I'm going to give them a little more time so that all of them are rooted. You obviously haven't checked them all. Usually, well, you know, this is the tug test, and when you pull, you can determine whether or not you're going to get resistance. See here, this one is actually just starting to root. I thought it was dead, that's why I picked that one, but to show you that it would slip out easily. So for the most part, all of these are rooted. Just grab a potential, we'll back up just a foot or two. So the same thing with the potentilla. So again, very, very, you know, well rooted after just a couple of weeks here. So I know a lot of people who try this, initially they don't have success for a lot of different reasons, but the bottom line is it's very, very simple, it's very easy. So if for some reason you're trying to root things and it's not working, don't give up. You have to keep trying, because once you figure it out, and like I said, it's not difficult at all. If you have my, you know, the propagation, if you bought the propagation equipment from us, and if you don't have it, you really need it, because it just expedites everything. I mean, as a perfect example, Amber, let's stand up and pan over here. Those are all cuttings over there that I did last winter is hardwood. There's dappled willow and golden curls willow and sand cherry grapes, but we did those in December, and they're still not potted because they're rooting very, very slowly. They're rooted, but they're still probably won't be ready to pot for about a month. These things, in 2.5 weeks, we have almost as many roots as we do on the hardwood. So softwood cuttings are awesome. It's an easy thing to do, and whatever you do, don't give up on it. So anyway, this is our Mondays with my guests. Going back to the washed stone on the truck, I probably need to explain that. I'm going to put the stone down just an inch or two, and then put that nursery cloth over top of it, and then set my containers on there. What's going to happen is all the excess water is going to reside in that stone layer and keep my containers from wicking up all that extra moisture. And then I've got well-drained soil, so that water will eventually seep into the soil. So all I'm really doing is lifting the plants a little tiny bit and giving the water a way to get out, and then find my French drain and drain away. So again, a little bit of washed stone, it makes a world of difference. If you've got an area that's standing water, you can put some washed stone down, and then put your container plants or your flats or whatever on top of that. That will help them drain. So drainage is really, really, really important no matter what you're doing when it comes to growing plants. So anyway, this is Mondays with Mike. That's what we're doing this week. We'll see you in a week.